So last week we talked about the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks we got from the person who leaked all the Pokemon Presents information that ended up being right. We looked into a lot of that stuff, and a lot of it looks like it may be true. I mean, obviously we know Nintendo is working on something. We are coming into the 7th year of the Nintendo Switch. We're dealing with something that came out in 2017 and is still running on hardware from 2015. So it's way overdue for an update. But yesterday, Doug Bowser from Nintendo of America gave us a little bit more information on where they're at with a Switch 2. Well, he didn't really give us information, but he said some stuff. We're gonna talk about all of that right now. What's up, guys? Welcome back or welcome in for the first time. If you're new here, do me a favor, jump down in the description of this video. There are all kinds of links down there, including one to our podcast, which we record on YouTube every Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. The link to that is down below. Make sure you go over there, subscribe to that channel so you don't miss when we go live. If you like to listen to podcasts, it's on every podcast platform. You know, you can find it anywhere. The link's down there. All right, let's get into this. So, like I said, Doug Bowser was asked yesterday about a Nintendo Switch 2, or what's the next console for Nintendo? What are we gonna be getting next after the Switch? And he kind of dodged the question a little bit. He kind of walked around it. He said some things, and we're gonna go over it. We're gonna just kind of break all of it down, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on what I think some of this stuff could possibly mean. Now, obviously, this is just my opinion. There is nothing here that's actual, facts. This is just what I think. And kind of by looking at what Nintendo used to do, I honestly don't know if the next thing we're going to get is a Switch 2, but it still could possibly be everything that we hear that we might be getting from these leaks. So just bear with me, we'll go through all of this. Okay, so the question Doug Bowser was asked: when is the next Switch coming out? What kinds of features or new capabilities would you like to see? He replied, "As we enter the 7th year for the Nintendo Switch, sales are still strong." Now they are strong. I mean, they're pretty good. It's going down. Obviously, we talked about last week how they're ramping up production. I think they are getting rid of old stock. That's why they're putting out the Mario one. I think that's why we're gonna get a Tears of the Kingdom OLED. But I think that's gonna help them with the sales and maybe get rid of the old stock. But I don't know if sales are still as strong as he makes it out to be here. And he also says that they have a very strong lineup coming, and we kind of touched on that, but I did miss something last week. I forgot about Pikmin 4. That's also coming out. So we've got Tears of the Kingdom, Pikmin 4, but again, even with just those two games, we could totally see something announced after that. Take us into holiday season or early next year. I still think if they're gonna do it, they're gonna drop it before the holidays. That makes more sense. It makes more sense to me. All right, he continued, "We're entering uncharted territory with the platform. It's exciting to see that demand is still there, so nothing to announce on any future console or device. But we are still feeling very bullish about Nintendo Switch." This part is the part that I really think is pretty interesting. Now, he does say nothing to announce on any future console or device. So all that means is he's not talking about it right now. He has nothing to say about it at this moment. But I think what we can take away from this is the last part of that, is that they're still feeling very bullish about the Nintendo Switch. That tells me we're sticking with the Switch. I don't think they're gonna go a different way. It's still possible that they could have a Switch and maybe announce something different, a different piece of hardware, maybe something that's just more something along the lines of what a Wii U was, or what a PlayStation is, or an Xbox, something like that that's just maybe disc-based. I don't know, I kind of doubt that, but that's definitely possible. But I think what this does say is that we are gonna be seeing the Switch for a little bit longer. And maybe we're getting too caught up on the words Switch 2 and next-gen Switch, because we've had conversations about this in the past that maybe that's not what they're gonna do with a Nintendo Switch. This could be more along the lines of cell phone upgrades, incremental upgrades, but maybe this next one is that one we're looking for. Maybe it's what the Switch Pro was supposed to be that was supposedly canceled. Maybe this is it. Maybe they're actually doing a little bit more than they thought they were gonna do at first with that. Now they've had a little bit more time. They've had, a little more time to plan. parts are back in stock for these things, you know, whatever they're gonna be using. That was really hard to get back then. So with all that change, you know, they could change their mind about what they wanna do, when they wanna do it. So I think we are getting a new Switch still. I think it's gonna be soon. But this last part of his answer is very, very interesting, and I definitely wanna go over that too. Okay, so Doug Bowser also said, I should be careful about what I personally would like to see in a new Switch. But what I can share is that one of the reasons that even going into year 7, we feel very confident the Switch can have a strong performance over the next few years, that it is still truly a unique device you can play in a variety of ways, at home and on the go. One of the things we look at always is how can we surprise and delight? How can we introduce new, unique ways of playing? That's always in front of our mind. Okay, so let's just take the part before and say, yeah, we're probably going to get a Switch. What he's talking about doesn't sound like they're jumping to the next gen. It sounds like they're going to the new Nintendo Switch, like we got the new 3DS, new 3DS XL. This really sounds like something like that. Even if they wanted to throw in another way to make the Switch, which we have talked about several times on our podcast. Jeeb had an awesome idea about a way that the Switch could have another way to play, but now we're starting to hear things about AI and a bunch of other different things that Nintendo might be working on for this next Switch. I would say whatever we're going to get, whatever we're going to see next is going to be put in the Switch family. I don't think we're getting something different. I don't think it's necessarily going to be a Switch 2 next gen. This also tells me, personally, just my opinion, but this kind of tells me that backwards compatibility is something we should probably expect. Now, you know, it may not be every single game. There are already games that don't work on the Switch Lite. There are already games that don't work on the OLED. But I think this is all very interesting, and I would love to see what else they could put in the next Nintendo Switch. I mean, if it is something with AI, or even just another way to play, just a completely different way to play. You know, the upgrades that we keep hearing. Now, you know, I've seen some things today. I was trying to do a little bit of research where this thing might be more powerful than the Steam Deck. Now, I don't know if I believe all that. I'm gonna look into a little bit more of that, and we're gonna do some other videos on this stuff. I do want to talk a little bit more about what it could be if it's not a Switch. I think it is a Switch. I think that's what we're getting. What if it's not? Maybe we'll do that one next week. You guys let me know in the comments if you want to see something like that, and let me know in the comments what you think about all this stuff. And do me a favor, if you're still here, leave a like on the video. It really does help get this video out to more people, and you know, that's what this YouTube thing's about. So that is gonna do it for this one, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like, make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you in the next one.